tell you what. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put on your promoter's hat. I want you to put on your advisor's hat, and I want you to ask yourself is this: if you were Floyd Mayweather, right? You got a new arena, a new MGM Grand International. You got a new arena opening up in April of 2016. You're coming off of the biggest fight in history, made the biggest payday of any athlete in history in just 36 minutes. You're fighting what fans are seeing as an easy fight against an Andre Berto. You're just one fight from having the record of, well, 2 fights of having a record of being the undefeated streak record. And I asked myself to ask you, to ask yourself, would you walk away from the game if you were Floyd Money Mayweather? All Access, Episode 1, Mayweather vs. Berto, premieres August the 28th, 2015 on Showtime, if I'm correct, 9:45 p.m. I believe there's going to be an episode of Showbox on that night. I already pretty much know what to expect after watching Mayweather versus Guerrero All Access, covering every single episode. Mayweather versus Canelo All Access, covering every single episode. Mayweather versus Maidana 1 and 2 All Access, covering every single episode. What was the it was crazy because I just covered it. Road to Mayweather Pacquiao, I believe it was called. You know, I forgot. Those All Access episodes, you know what to expect. So the first episode, you can expect for them to be looking back at the previous fight. As far as, you know, we're going to see highlights from the fight. Of course, now this show is executive. The executive producer is Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellaby. So, of course, what's in the show is only what they want you to see. So, with that being said, we're going to see a lot of Mayweather buying new toys. We're going to see a lot of what Mayweather versus Maidana All Access. The first fight was pretty much titled The Life, where we got to see Floyd Mayweather coming off of the biggest fight in history at that time against Canelo Alvarez, spending a bunch of money, and it was pretty boring. So with this one, if they're really trying to milk this as being Mayweather's last fight, then I want to see All Access milk it to as in this is Mayweather's last fight. I want to see something different. Yeah, we know about the money. Yeah, we know about the cars, but now we're this is the 6th All Access for Mayweather in 3 years. I want to see something different. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to be able to see a lot more Andre Berto. Remember, Andre Berto is big time now. Andre Berto is fighting Floyd Mayweather. Won or lost, Andre Berto is going to be a household name, despite what you think the pay-per-view buys are going to do. Just like Marcos Maidana now. They didn't know Marcos Maidana the first fight, but the second fight they knew Marcos Maidana because Marcos Maidana actually did a better job against Floyd Mayweather than Manny Pacquiao did against Floyd Mayweather, whether you think he was injured or not. By the way, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live at RealCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. So, of course, I cover every single episode of All Access, every single episode of HBO 24/7, and just knowing how they go. Okay, for example, for this, I want to see them build up Andre Berto to be exactly what he is. I don't want Showtime to try to sugarcoat it and oversell Andre Berto. I want them to build him to be like, how did this guy get this shot? There's people that know that of all people, Andre Berto should not have been getting this fight, this super fight against Floyd Mayweather. Also, I really want to see how they spin Andre Berto's win against Jose Zito Lopez. I really want to see how they spin Andre Berto losing against Soto Karass, Robert Guerrero, and Victor Ortiz, 2 of 3. Robert Guerrero and Victor Ortiz was former Mayweather opponents. I really want to see how Showtime is going to try to sell Andre Berto to us. After all, remember, there's going to be 3 episodes. There's going to be the initial episode, which is going to be on August the 28th. The one the week after that, which is more caught up to the times, and then the one of Fight Week, which is going to be on, if I'm correct, that Wednesday or that Thursday. So And then you're going to have one after the fight, the epilogue, which is supposed to be the final all access of Mayweather's career. But to step outside of, Andre Berto for a minute, let's talk about that new arena that's supposed to be opening up in April of 2016, that new MGM Grand International, MGM AEG arena, state-of-the-art. And I'm thinking Floyd Mayweather himself, along with Dana White and a couple of some corporate executives from somewhere, they broke ground. You know how when a building is first, or a project is first started, it'll be an empty lot or empty land, and then they'll have the shovels, to whereas and the people who have some stake in the company would actually, break the first dirt before the bulldozers and everything come in to start, working. Well, Floyd Mayweather did that. So I'm thinking, why would he not do that? And long ago, when he did that, what was this, about 2 years ago? They were already talking about Mayweather versus Pacquiao. One would be in that arena. And I was thinking to myself, well, damn, we would have to wait until May of 2016 to see Mayweather Pacquiao. But now, if you start putting things together, like look at the money, look at what's stake, and who not to go 50-0 against. I'm not saying he will. I'm not saying he won't. But who not to try to go 50-0 against while getting your second biggest payday of your career in a new arena? Who not better than Manny Pacquiao? Don't get me wrong, fans. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather versus Keith Thurman. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather versus Amir Khan over Andre Berto. I would love to see Floyd Mayweather versus Kell Brook. Hell, if you really want to go out and reach really far, I would love to see Floyd Mayweather versus Golovkin or Floyd Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto. But the likelihood of those fights happening are very slim. And guess what? None of those fighters, even if you put 2 of them, even if Floyd fought 2 of them on the same night, will still not equal the money that Floyd Mayweather can make from fighting Manny Pacquiao in a rematch. Floyd Mayweather can make, let's say, there's people right now that are saying that if Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight again, oh, I'm not watching. Still, you still got the whole Philippines. You still got a lot of fans who out there right now feel that Manny Pacquiao won that fight. I don't. I admitted a long time ago watching the fight, oh yeah, Floyd won. I don't care about none of that slow motion and all that. Yes, watching some of it, I do feel that Pacquiao did a lot better, but he still lost the fight, in my opinion. So whether you're injured or not, a fight like that you can't get out of. You just have, I don't want to get into none of that. But all I'm saying is, like, you use your mind and think to yourself, how smart would it be for Floyd Mayweather to walk away after Andre Berto? How would that help his career, walking away from the sport? His legacy, his last fight fighting Andre Berto. How big would it be for him to fight in that brand new arena against Manny Pacquiao? Go 50-0, make that last big payday, and then sell off into the sunset. Maybe have HBO and Showtime bid for that fight, because as it stands right now, if you don't know, there were rumors that the fight was supposed to be on CBS. If PBC on CBS was to have Mayweather versus Berto, then it would have been big for PBC. There's been certain rumors, small little chatter, that Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman haven't quite been on the same page. There's talks of Showtime didn't want this fight on pay-per-view. There are talks that Stephen Espinoza himself said that in order for Mayweather versus Berto to have been on free television, it would have had to have been planned long ago. Me personally, I don't believe that. Because they would have, the sponsorship deals and all kind of stuff. I believe, it was really... Stephen Espinoza would never say, he's the head of Showtime Sports. He would never come out and say, oh, well, yeah, we tried to make it, but Floyd didn't want it. He would never come out and say that. So therefore, it's in Showtime and in his best interest to say, well, it was never an idea anyway. So Floyd has been rumored to be in negotiations with Showtime for an extension. I feel that what I've heard in the past is that Floyd Mayweather is in a position where he can auction off his services to HBO or Showtime, especially with that rematch of Manny Pacquiao out there. No telling how much more HBO would pay for them to just not have to worry about, okay, well, he's with us now, he's not with Showtime. And Showtime's in the same position to whereas they say, well, we got Mayweather, so in order for Pacquiao to fight Mayweather, we have to get some of that bread. So it's a complex situation. Then when you throw in the lawsuit that Top Rank has filed against Heyman, you have to ask yourself, you know, how does that play into Mayweather versus Pacquiao too? So many questions, so many things unanswered, but for the most part, right now, fans are outraged. Fans can't believe that we're going to be paying $75 for Mayweather versus Berto. I can't believe it personally myself, but at the same time, it's my job to pay for and buy the fights. I'm T Street Controversy with RealCombatMedia.com. As I said before, Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 is looking like it's something that, I'm going to say this, 60% chance that it can happen in May of 2016. Take it how you want it. T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live.